How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys a new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer analysis video. As you guys have seen, there is some brand new footage that's coming out that's going to talk to us about some version exclusives within Pokemon Sun and Moon and some very cool trainer customization, among other things. So, if you guys are excited for it, definitely smash that like button. What we're going to go through in this video is I'll show you the full-on from the Pokemon official YouTube channel. We'll show you that trailer. We'll go through and analyze a trailer detail by detail. And of course, we'll go to the official Pokemon Sun and Moon site and learn even more information about said Pokemon that isn't even involved with what's happening on screen over here. So you guys are getting the full treatment. So I'm super pumped up. Let's go and roll the footage, shall we? Oh man, this is going to be great. Alright, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Wow, what did you guys think? Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer in the comment section below. But we're going to go through right now, and literally, we are going to break this thing down piece by piece and pretty much show you guys what my thoughts are on it. Okay, so right off the bat, let's go through and turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, so a sneak peek at some brand new Pokemon. So this is Passimian. Alright, so Passimian is going to be a very interesting Pokemon because of his new ability. As you guys can see, he's a fighting type, and he's a monkey, and he's pretty much like got a, I don't know if it's a ball or a melon or something on there, but he's playing some sort of sport. And his ability is Receiver, which is cool. So he attacks by throwing his little coconut or ball or whatever you want to call it. And his ability Receiver is super cool. He's the only Pokemon that has it. It's a brand new ability. And whenever one of his ally Pokemon faint, he automatically passes over and he gets that ability. Okay, that's pretty game-changing for VGC. Oh man, Passimian. Okay, so let's actually go over here. We're going to go over to the main site, and we're going to learn a little bit about Passimian while we're still talking about him. Alright, so if you guys check it out, Pokemon-sunmoon.com, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can go through and explore on, but we're going to talk about Passimian right now. So I'm just going to read off the screen over here. Okay, so he's a teamwork Pokemon, fighting type. He's pretty tall. 6'7" is huge. I'm 6'1", and like, if I saw this towering monkey, I'd be super afraid. 182 pounds, and his ability is Receiver. Okay. So, Passimian is a Pokemon that only appears in Pokemon Sun, so he's a Sun version exclusive. If you're playing Pokemon Moon, you can obtain it by trading with someone playing Pokemon Sun. Passimian live in troops of 20 to 30 individuals, all following a leader. This leader will take 10 of the individuals in the best condition to search for food. The troop's teamwork is strong, and the boss of each troop decides what mark members will wear on their arms to distinguish the troops. Interesting. I don't see any markings on this one, so very interesting. The boss puts the troop members through training to improve their coordination with one another and their skills in handling berries. Apparently, this training is so hard that some Passimian end up running away. Wow. Lobbing berries at foes is how Passimian attack. They sometimes work in coordination with others, passing berries back and forth to bewilder their opponents. Passimian don't just pitch hard berries at their opponents either. They also have a technique that uses soft berries to obscure their opponent's ability to see. Okay. Passimian wants his trainer to have qualities of a leader as well. It watches the trainer's form closely when he or she throws a Pokeball and will not listen to orders of a trainer with poor form. That's awesome. That's awesome. Passimian has a new ability, Receiver, which no other Pokemon previously had. The Receiver ability, this Pokemon can inherit the ability of an ally who faints in battle. Okay, so here's my question. You guys know Shedinja, right? The Pokemon with Wonder Guard. That the only attack that it would hit it is something that's super effective against him. Wonder Guard Passimian. Really? So if you're on doubles, VGC, you're playing Passimian, and then you bust out your Shedinja, and then, like, I don't know, you use Protect with Passimian, and then you allow your Shedinja to die, then automatically, boom. And since he's a fighting type, the only weakness he would have is literally Fairy or Psychic. How crazy is that? They've got to be able to ban that. I'm telling you, they better ban that right away. Or that better not be something that you can do with him, because that would be so bad. You would instantly win if you didn't bring a Psychic type move or a Fairy type move. Anyway, that's Passimian. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So now we're going to go back to where we were and continue rolling. So Passimian over here, and as you guys can see, he took the Levitate ability, which allows him to go through and dodge any ground attacks from his partner. Okay, so now this is Oranguru. Normal and Psychic type with Inner Focus and Telepathy. So Inner Focus and Telepathy. Inner Focus allows you to prevent from flinching. Telepathy allows your partner Pokemon to not hit you with any multiple hitting target moves. So in this case in point, his fish Pokemon partner totally goes through and he dodges that. So now he also has a specific move called Instruct, where it sacrifices his turn and he allows his partner Pokemon to attack again with whatever move they just used. And that totally turned the tide. See what I did there? They totally turned the tide with that exact battle there, because he was able to attack twice and then kill them. So that was really good. So let's go through and let's go take a look at Oranguru. Orangutan, a guru, Oranguru. So he's a Sage Pokemon, normal and Psychic. Okay, 4'11", not too tall. 167 pounds, inner focus, and telepathy. Obviously, telepathy will be the superior choice, especially if you're playing in doubles. But of course, when you're playing in singles, inner focus would be a little bit better. Alright, so here we go. Oranguru is a Pokemon that appears only in Pokemon Moon. If you're playing the Sun version, you have to obtain it by trading. Oranguru live solitary lives deep in the forest and do not usually take much action. Instead, they position themselves high up in the trees to meditate. Long ago, people thought that Oranguru were humans who dwelled in the forest depths, so they called them the people of the forest. Oranguru is kind to other Pokemon living in the forest, providing medicine for the injured Pokemon and food for the hungry. Oranguru sometimes act on their own initiative and will use items that only humans normally use. From a trainer's perspective, they can be hard Pokemon to handle at times. Allegedly, there have been sightings of Oranguru using Pokeballs. Oh, alleged sightings. Imagine this. So, like in the sequel to Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's all a bunch of Oranguru, and literally they're Pokemon trainers. It's Pokemon rising up against the humans. How crazy would that be? Next plot twist for the next Pokemon game. Just throwing it out there. A little darker, a little darker. The fan-like objects held by Oranguru are handmade by the Oranguru themselves. These fans appear to be made of layers of leaves bound together with Oranguru's own fur. Okay. Instruct is a move that only Oranguru can learn. It can make the selected target use its most recent move again immediately. So pretty much he would go through and sacrifice his turn in order to give his partner another turn. That's crazy. That's going to totally change up how VGC plays. I want to hear all of your suggestions on how you guys can competitively use the Instruct move. Wow, I want to hear it, guys. All right, so moving on, we're going back. Now they're going to show through two different forms of our little puppy friend over here, Rockruff. So taking a look at it, Rockruff has Lycanroc. Lycanroc Midday form. Okay, so Lycanroc Midday form. So as you guys can see, this is just a Pokemon Sun exclusive. So maybe if you evolve him during midday, you can go through and get this exact form only in Pokemon Sun. Now what's pretty cool is that he has the ability Keen Eye, and he also has Sand Rush. Keen Eye prevents his accuracy from being lowered. Probably a not really good competitive ability, but Sand Rush is going to be awesome because this guy in the sand is going to be very, very good. Sand Rush is going to improve his speed when in the sandstorm, and of course he's a solid rock type, so that means that his special defense is going to get a huge boost while he's in the sand. Sandstorm team needs this guy. This is so good. Lycanroc. Alright, so let's see him do some moves. It looks like he's got some rocky spikes along his back. Oh, yeah, that's right, and he's got a brand new move. I'll tell you guys about that in just one moment. Okay, so before we go over to the next Pokemon, let's go talk about Lycanroc. Lycanroc. Here we go. So this is the midday form of him. So, yeah, he's going to be an exclusive. When Rockruff is bathed in profuse amounts of solar energy, it evolves into its midday form. In the world of Pokemon Sun, Solgaleo's influence causes Rockruff to evolve into this form. Lycanroc lives solo in the mountains and deserts, not creating a pack. Each has its own territory, and they live without interfering with one another, which helps you avoid unnecessary fights. Lycanroc obeys its trainer's orders dutifully. In particular, if a trainer accepted it during its more rebellious pre-evolution period, Lycanroc will never ever betray that trainer and will be the most loyal of partners. That's pretty cool. The midday form Lycanroc is known for speedy movements that can leave its opponents bewildered. It dodges opponents' strikes while attacking with sharp rocks of its mane as it slips right past them. Accelerock is a move that only midday form Lycanroc can learn. It slams into an opponent with quick moves. This move is guaranteed to strike first. Okay, so let's talk about that. That's huge. Alright, so we already know that he's a speedy form, so most likely his base stats will be more geared towards the speed. Something in like a frail, maybe not necessarily a glass cannon, but more along the lines of speed and maybe physical attack, as rock types typically are. So Accelerock, not really sure it's going to be physical or special, but Accelerock is going to be a priority move. That's great. Any addition to having a stab, same type attack bonus move that's going to be priority, that's so cool, man. I'm already pumped up for Lycanroc. That is exactly why I'm getting Pokemon Sun version. I'm just telling you guys. So what the question begs to be asked is, does he only evolve into this form within Pokemon Sun version. I don't know. That will only time will tell. But that's very interesting to me. Wow, Lycanroc. Kind of like a rock. All right, whoa, here we go. That's something else. Okay, so let's go back to our stage right over here. Lycanroc. Okay, so now we've got the little Rockruff's other form, which is the Midnight form. Ability is Keen Eye and Vital Spirit. Okay. So Keen Eye, Vital Spirit, totally getting hit by an avalanche over here. And, of course, he's going to be retaliating back with a very special attack. So, as you guys can see, I won't skip too far. So, Rock type, already the same thing. Different form, Keen Eye and Vital Spirit. Both abilities are kind of okay, I guess. Keen Eye's decent. Vital Spirit allows you to not fall asleep with any moves. So that could be useful. So let's take a look at him over in the Pokemon official site right over here. So this is the Lycanroc Midnight form. When Rockruff is bathed in abundance of lunar energy, it evolves into the Midnight form. In the world of Pokemon Moon, Lunala's influence causes Rockruff to evolve into this form. Midnight form, Lycanroc provokes its opponents by pressing in hard and attacking or inviting their attack. When an opponent falls for this tactic and attacks, Lycanroc counters with its fort a single devastating blow that finishes off its foe. Wow. The stronger the opponent is, the more excited for battle Lycanroc becomes. It doesn't mind getting hurt if it means victory in battle. Battles thrill it so much that its eyes glow. You can see that pink eye glow right over there. That is pretty crazy. Contempt rises in this Pokemon for trainers who give orders it doesn't agree with or who try to force it to battle. On the other hand, it will feel a deep trust with a trainer who can truly draw forth its power in battle. Counter is a move that Rockruff can learn when it evolves into the Midnight form Lycanroc. When Lycanroc takes physical damage from an opponent, it deals double that damage back to the opponent. So, I don't think that it has a special counter that is a devastating blow that finishes off its opponent. I think that's just part of the Pokedex entry or what have you. Because it fully says right over here that he will learn counter. Counter's okay, so that means that he better be bulky. Because if he's not bulky enough to take that one hit, then that's going to be pretty bad. So counter, he doesn't look too bulky, so I don't know how he's going to be using that counter ability. I'm very, very interested, let's just say the least. Alright, so here we go, Lycanroc, going through, totally using that counter. Alright, so here we go, this is what we were waiting for, being fashion forward in Alola. Alright, so taking a look at that, let's relook. So, wow, this is pretty crazy, considering the fact that we've been wondering about trainer customization for the longest time. Apparently, festival coins, as you guys can see right over here, festival coins are something. It's some sort of currency within the game. And you can go through and change up your different clothing options. That's really good. Yeah, so different clothing options allow you to go through and pretty much see that. So let me scoot forward a little bit more. And now, so you can change your shirts, of course, any color shirt you want. And if you're female, you can change color of pants, you can wear a skirt. Okay, now right over here is where you can go through and change your hairstyle. I think this is really cool. Black, honey blonde, dark brown, ash blonde. You can go visit somewhere and totally get a makeover within the game. I think that is super fun. And then, of course, you can go through and get contact lenses to change up your eye color within the game. So yellow, blue, black, burgundy, violet. And then, of course, as you can see right over here, this is him walking out with his brand new contacts. So that's very awesome. The possibilities of trainer customization, I think the Pokemon Company International and Nintendo totally listened to the fans in Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, where there really wasn't too much trainer customization. And everyone was upset about that. So they totally did the fans right by this one. As you guys can see, you can change up your backpack, your shirt, you can wear some shades, a different hat. You can do different hairstyles. You can wear shorts. Probably, yeah, you can change up your shoes too. This is looking really good. And if you're female, you have all sorts of different hairstyles. You got pigtails, you've got short hair, you got tank tops, different purses. That's really cool. All right, so the next functionality within the game that they talked to us about is groom your Pokemon team in Pokemon Refresh. We'll go through really slowly with this one. So as you guys can see over here, you can go through and brush your Pokemon. And I think brushing with this green icon over here, I think brushing will allow your Pokemon to become more affectionate towards you. Case in point with Pokemon X and Y, the Eevee, if you had an Eevee that was really, really affectionate towards you, he would evolve into Sylveon. And that's the only way that you can get Sylveon. So I'm thinking that brushing allows you to gain those affection points. All right, so over here, you guys can see what's up. Now, on top, this is kind of a one frame that I did want to show you guys. This is where if your Pokemon seems to be under some sort of status condition, you can go through and heal them. You have a, I don't know, it looks like a dropper of some sort. You also have a comb, you have a towel, you have a brush, and you also have a blow dryer. At least I think that's a towel. I'm really not sure what that is. But as you guys can see from Spearow over here, Spearow has it looks like poison. Some sort of poison affliction. And you're going through and you're using the bottom screen of the Nintendo 3DS to possibly remove their poison affliction. That's really cool. So I don't know if that's something that you have to go to a Poke Store and purchase. But you go from there. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can maybe go to a Pokemart. Grab maybe a little vial of some Pokemon antidote, and you can go through and use it. I don't know, will this replace the actual antidote item, which is like literally one-touch use on a poison Pokemon? Who knows? So this is another affliction. It looks like Eevee over here is paralyzed, hence the electricity, going through and then waving the, I guess, the medicine over him, and he's healing the Eevee, so that's pretty good. All right, so this is possibly like a Poke Puff, or maybe something that your Pokemon can eat. As you guys can see over here, Pikachu totally ate that, and then he gained even more hearts from it. So more along the lines of affection. That's pretty cool. Right over here, this is pretty interesting because your said monkey seems to be a little wet. I don't know if that's a new status condition within the game, like you can get your Pokemon like super drenched and then they're like slowered. Or maybe it's something like if there's a rainstorm, now your Pokemon are wet for some reason and you have to go through and blow dry them. I'm honestly not sure. I really want to hear your predictions for the this weird status effect. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, is there going to be another status effect other than like burnt, frozen, paralysis, poisoned, sleep? I mean, what else is there? That's are they going to add a sixth one that's drenched or wet or soaked? I don't know. I'm clueless as to what that is. So anyway, so here we go. We're going to see some exclusive Z-moves for Pikachu and Eevee. Now, Pikachu's been a flagship Pokemon since day one, and they keep on including more and more things for Pikachu to be competitively viable in the metagame. So the fact that he's got a very cool Z-move, and of course this whole like Z functionality where she's going like in the form of a Z on the way down looks really cute. And of course Pikachu's doing the same thing too. And here we go. So we're going to see Pikachu Z-move in slow motion. Pikachu's ready to go, so he gets launched in mid-air. He taps some sort of symbol and starts spinning around with Catastrophica. Like catastrophic, and now the trainer says go for it, throws a punch, and Pikachu literally sky bombs down onto this Alolan Meowth and literally takes out all of its HP at level 50. So, man, I think that's like, that's too cool. I'm like choking over it. Okay. Yeah, it just looks awesome. I think it's some sort of like flat battle rules where they kept it at level 50. Now you can see right over here, probably the best part of the entire trailer. I think so. She uses a form where she's going to go through, and it looks like a Z, right? You guys can see the Z formation in her arms. And of course, right now, she's got her partner Eevee, who jumps right on top and surrounds itself with the Z power. Okay, so now Eevee gets a Z power move called Extreme Evo Boost, which looks really good. So Eevee is singing, Eevee's pumped up, and of course, like as soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh my goodness, who are these? We know exactly who these are. These are the evolutions we've all come to love within Pokemon all 6 generations. Oh man. So here we go. So Eevee comes down, and let's show Eevee some love. Here we go with none other than all of the evolutions right here. with Vaporeon going through and leading up the charge. Hold on, we got to see that again. Vaporeon totally leading the charge. This frame is worth $1 million right here. Done. Right here. If I had a frame, I would totally hang this on my wall because of how awesome this looks right now. It's so good. You've got Vaporeon, one of the rising stars of Pokemon evolution popularity. Right behind him, you got Umbreon and Espeon. You know, pretty much the night and day, kind of along the lines of Pokemon Sun and Moon. That looks awesome. And then the rest of the gang is just kind of right behind. That looks great. Oh, man. I would frame this right now. That looks really, really good. So anyway, Vaporeon coming on board, one of the most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So all these Pokemon just literally join up and lend their strength to Eevee, as you guys can see over here, all of their different orbs, lending their strength, all 4 of them, and then all 4 of these, boom, 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 all 8 evolutions, powering them up. And then now, what do you know? Eevee comes on board. Now this is pretty good. Eevee's attack is going to raise by 2 stages. All of his stats raise by 2 stages. That's super good. Oh my goodness. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Wow. Competitively for Eevee, that's pretty decent. If you just go in right off the bat, in your very first turn, you use your very own Z-Move, and you get +2 in everything, that would be really awesome. My goodness. I can't handle this. November 18th can't come soon enough. I don't know what's going to happen. We need to start looking at some competitive movesets for Eevee, because now he's going to be competitively viable since he has his own Z-Move. We need to look up some more competitive movesets for maybe Light Ball Pikachu. Oh, goodness. I can't do this. I can't do. There's so much happening. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it for me today. Definitely, if you guys enjoyed the episode, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and of course, subscribe for even more trailer analyses. And of course, I'm going to be doing a full-on Let's Play, 100% walkthrough of Pokemon Sun and Moon when the game comes out. So you guys can watch the playlist right over here. Of course, if you guys want to see some newest videos on my channel, check right over here. And of course, some recommendations. I would love it if you guys would all click on that subscribe button so that you guys don't miss any Pokemon coverage from yours truly. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the trailer in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys have some competitive strategies that you guys are going to implement with all of these new Pokemon, let me know. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, guys.